Hello and welcome to today's video about economics versus the environment. We're still looking at areas of conflict, but today we're going to look at a different conflict, and this is the conflict between rich countries and poor countries. And this is going to come in three parts, and we're on number one. So firstly, in the past, destruction of wild animal habitats has been seen as a good thing. So the conversion of the USA prairie to grow corn or feed cows, which led to the near extinction of the buffalo, was seen as progress. It still is. Even though views about the environment have changed since the 18th and 19th century when that happened, people do not look back on those events and say it was an environmental disaster. They still view it as progress. So here on the left, we have a rich country school child saying, "Stop doing that," about destruction of Indonesian forests to plant palm oil trees. At the same time, rich country students are saying about American cowboys who helped to destroy the USA prairie, they're saying, "You're my hero." This shows another key area of the environment debate. The rich country's view is it was okay when we did it in the past because we didn't know any better at that time. But it's not okay for countries to do the same thing nowadays. So example number one, we looked at this. Destruction of the buffalo's habitat by Americans to grow corn in the past was okay. But destruction of the orangutan's habitat to grow palm oil in Malaysia or Indonesia today is not okay. And here you can see the little baby orangutan climbing on its mother's back saying, "Mom, where are we going to live?" Okay, second example. In the past, European countries like Britain and Belgium and Germany have used their coal resources to provide energy to support their economic growth and getting richer. Today, countries like Mozambique in Africa have a lot of coal resources, but environments don't want them to use them to support their economic growth. So here on the left, we have a little child wearing a hat from back in the 1800s saying, "You guys really messed up the environment back then, burning all that dirty coal and putting deadly chemicals in the rivers." And the guy from back then is saying, "Yeah, but we didn't know any better in our time." And now we've got the girl on the left saying, "Hey, you've got to stop burning all your coal. It's so bad for the environment." And the girl from the poor country on the right is saying, "You never worried about that when you were developing your country. And anyway, you still make a lot more CO2 than my people." And that's true. Rich countries are still responsible for a lot more environmental damage per person than poor countries. The richer a family or a country gets, the more resources it uses, and the more is likely to hurt the environment. We can define rich to mean owning more resources. Even poor countries, as they become richer, cause bigger environmental problems. So here we have stage one. The guy is walking. He's saying, "I can't afford any transport. I have to walk everywhere, but I don't cause any damage to the environment." And here we have stage two, with the guy on his bike with a huge amount of bananas on the back, saying, "I can afford a bike, but I still don't cause any damage to the environment." And here we have a family with 4 people on the motorbike. "This motorbike doesn't use much petrol, and it has completely changed the life of my family." And then one more step. Stage 4, "My car uses a lot of petrol, and it's not good for the environment, but I love it so much." And the next stage, stage 5, I fly for work, I fly for holidays. I never thought about the pollution. It all goes into the sky anyway, doesn't it? How does it affect us down on the ground? And this is the end, my friend. See you next time.